She seems sad and tells the deer to obey her new owners. The poor deer is scared that she was sold, especially to the palace of the lunar god. Walking around, two girls dressed appropriately for work say it's ridiculous that the lunar god studies there. The blue-haired girl tells the other not to cause trouble and to focus on the mission. She turns, saying she knows they're only there to take the white flower deer. Then a green-haired girl named Sing, he introduces herself as the owner of the pavilion. The two women introduce themselves, saying the night is eternal, which makes King he think these two are very arrogant. She turns and tells them to come in to see the creature. However, the blue-haired one says she has already seen it online and just to bring it quickly, as they will pay 10 times the price. That leaves Kingy startled. Knowing that the white deer is extremely rare, she decides to take advantage of the opportunity and says that this white deer is a descendant of the original creature of the pavilion owner. That's why they have been treating her as a supreme creature, and 10 times the price is not enough. The red-haired girl says that being a descendant doesn't change the fact that she is a mid-ranking creature. But her sister tells her to shut up and asks if 20 times the price would be enough. That surprises the sister and interests the pavilion owner. However, the red-haired girl approaches her sister and says that 20 times is beyond the money they have. But the blue-haired girl has a creature called the Moon's Voice that is warning about a great danger that is about to arrive. They need this creature to protect the palace of the gods, and that's why she's willing to increase the price even more. But at that moment, she feels something, a pressure that would crush anyone. She knows that the only being capable of doing that is the Lunar King who is approaching. She starts trembling, wondering why he is there at the pavilion, and her red-haired sister can't even react. She realizes that the girl's sanity has been shattered. She keeps trying to communicate, telling her not to look him in the eye. However, she turns, gets startled, and faints. She stands there very calm and composed, saying she saw him up close. Su Liang approaches the two and gives them a stare. With that, they bow their heads while he stands there. The poor girl feels she doesn't have the courage to raise her head. It's as if she were trying to go against the presence of a true god, while the two are terrified that he might do something to them. He's there, not knowing what to say and not understanding why no one is moving, until King he comes running and calls for him. She approaches, saying it's an honor to see his face in person. She shows a tattoo on her arm, saying that 3 months ago, she joined the Brotherhood of the Double Moon. With that, she explains that those girls are messengers from the palace of the lunar god, who are there to buy the deer, while she comments that she wants to sell it for an extremely high price because of his bloodline. And because it is beautiful, Su Liang is struck by the realization that no one has any idea how powerful that creature is. Something so rare cannot be sold for any amount of money. With that, he turns and the sisters finally relax, until he tells them to disappear because that was not a place for their kind. He says the moon is about to fall. King, he looks at the sky, thinking it's too early, there is no moon yet. However, she interprets it as if he were saying the moon was literally going to fall. In other words, it was a premonition of a disaster that was about to happen. The blue-haired sister realizes that he seems to know everything that is happening with the palace of the gods, when suddenly the redhead decides to say that the moon is not really going to fall. However, she stammers with her words. The crowd says she shouldn't speak against the person chosen by the moon god himself. And at that moment, she is startled when our boy is just staring with his moonlit eyes. She starts trembling and he walks away. She falls into the arms of her sister, who thinks that if the moon god is involved, they will have to forget about that creature. However, as soon as he starts to leave, he knows he spoke about an impending calamity. While King, he remembers that the girls said the moon would never fall. Seeing the humiliation that girls received from the king, she says they indeed fell long ago, and the only eternal moon is the one the Moon King sees. Our